You're about to witness one of the fastest sports in the world, with a ball traveling at speeds close to 200 miles per hour.
Sacrifice. Fearless. Passion. You have to be a little crazy. The ball's moving up to 200 miles an hour. I'm trying to push it to 3.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the IRT Live. We have another one of our qualifying matches here today. Dean Bear in the booth with me, Karen Grizz. Karen, how were those matches before? That was some doubles match, huh?
They've been amazing. It was so much fun to watch that match. I knew it was going to be super fast-paced, and I knew, Natera and Garay were going to get everything they had, and they did. I mean, it was a great match.
I'll tell you, they put up a little bit more of a fight than I thought. The match went really quick. I was out on the court. I actually thought that they were going to win game 2, and we were going to go to a breaker.
We know you love the tiebreakers, Dean.
Yeah, no, but it just appeared that way by looking at the scoring, and I was impressed that Diaz and Bredenbeck, and I shouldn't be impressed because they're just such a great team, and they've been playing together for a really long time, but I was impressed of the comeback that they had.
Yeah, they took a key timeout. They switched sides. I mean, they made an adjustment, and it worked.
Yeah, so let's give everybody a rundown. So Robbie Collins, he moved on in his first qualifying match, so he's going to have his second qualifying match, and if he wins that match, he's going to be in the qualifier 1 position. You can check this out on the IRT website, irttour.com. Click on the R2 Sports link. It'll bring you to the R2 page, and you can pick the bracket, Men's Pro, main. It's the main bracket. So he's going to take on Bradley Rogers today at 4:10. Javier Estrada took out Francisco Chironi, 15-0, 15-4. So he's going to play Diego Garcia. That's going to be some amazing match right there. That's also at 4:10. Carlos Keller Vargas, he moved on 0-1. That was kind of like a breakfast lunch. Jeez. He's going to take on David Austin at 8:50 tonight. Ernesto Ochoa, he beat Tim Landerlow. That's a pretty good win. Not surprising. I mean, the guys in Chihuahua, they're just such good players. So he's going to take on Javier Mar. That's going to be another amazing match. Thomas Carter was taking on Micah Farmer. I don't know if they started yet on one of the other courts. They had like a 1 o'clock match, so it might be over. I don't see it as finished yet. And the winner will take on Juan Salvatierra from Guatemala at 8:50 tonight. We have, let's see any other matches here as I'm scrolling. Charlie Pratt, you watched this morning. Kyle Ullman beat Christian Ware-Lier also from Guatemala, so he's going to take on Charlie Pratt. But like we said in our pregame show yesterday, Charlie Pratt should move on. Troy Worrigan, he moved on. He's going to take on Scott McClellan at 4:10. That should be an interesting matchup. Garay has to go play now. Any other ones that finished? Maurice Miller, he took, oh, wow. I'm surprised. I tell you, I picked Jose Obilia to win that match, but Maurice Miller, you know the fight he has, Karen. He's from your area. Yeah. Well, he's not from your area, but he always plays up there.
He always plays up by us, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, and Andrew Gale took out Nick Riffle. Interesting.
Really?
Nick Riffle, yeah, the 18th. He was in the 18th spot for the qualifiers, and Andrew Gale, coming out of the 47th hole, takes out Riffle, 11-9 breaker. That's amazing.
Wow.
I was talking to Andrew Gale. He lives in Utah now, and he works for the Utah Jazz. So we have a meeting later on the week on how we can cross-reference some of our opportunities, let's say it that way. So that's
interesting. I like that. I want to hear more about that, definitely.
Yeah, next up on this court, Felipe Camacho, Jaime Martell coming up shortly, any minute now. And then after this match, we're going to have Andres Acuna and Shia Missouri from Buenos Aires, Argentina. He's the coach. He's the coach from, isn't he Natalia Mendez coach? Yeah. Oh, okay. So he's playing for, I thought it was the coach. I thought it was Maria Jose Vargas' coach because he's playing also.
Oh, that's Carlos. Okay, Carlos Quale.
Gotcha,
Okay.
gotcha. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to start this qualifying match. Real quickly, the UnitedHealthcare U.S. Open Racquetball Championships is brought to you by UnitedHealthcare. No matter how you get into the complex healthcare system, we can make it simpler. Visit UHC.com for a quote today. And Lifetime, a healthy way of life company. Visit Lifetime.com to find a club near you. I'll tell you, Karen, this is an amazing Lifetime facility. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota, right below the actual Target Center where they play professional basketball, men and women, and it's a great area, huh, Karen?
Yeah, it is. I love being downtown in Minneapolis. The weather hasn't been cooperating too much yet. It's been a little cold and rainy, but, I mean, being downtown, we're near amazing bars and restaurants who, help support this tournament, and, with this facility is amazing.
Right away, I thought that was short, but, my eyes need to be warmed up as well. This is an interesting matchup, like we talked about in the pregame show. Felipe Camacho he hasn't played in any of our stops this year so far. So it's interesting to see how Felipe comes out. I know he practices at home with Andres Acuna a lot back in Costa Rica. But Jaime Martell comes out of Chihuahua, Mexico, and we know, I say it all the time, Chihuahua, Mexico, hotbed of racquetball, especially in the juniors division. But you got Javier Mar, you got Rodrigo Montoya, Ernesto Ochoa, Alan Natera, Jaime Martell. Jaime Martell was the #1 player on the WRT when they were playing. So. Interesting fact to see, but he really hasn't competed on a professional level since then.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'd love to see him come to more IRT stops, of course. But yeah, you're right. These guys all practice together.
What a diving get right there by Felipe Camacho.
And I think they're all just making each other better. Every tournament we see them, they're all improving.
I talked to JP about that. Again, last night we talked at length about the draw, and we just talked about how, because Kane is such an amazing player, everybody on tour has one goal. They want to beat Kane. And I think that's breeding good racquetball. I know that a lot of fans think, it's not as competitive because Kane destroys everyone, but you're also seeing the best that this sport has ever seen in Kane Waslinchuk. And if you want to parlay that to other sports that are out there, we went through the era where we saw the Michael Jordans, and then what came next? LeBron James, the best player ever. Hockey, we saw it with Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux. Now there's young players as well. Baseball was seeing it. It seems that every generation we have the new best player.
You're right. You're exactly right. And, I think what's amazing is, Kane has been such a huge presence and obviously, the best player we've ever seen, but he is 39, 37? I'm sorry, 37? 37, sorry. He's 37, and he's in amazing shape, so we want him to play for, as long as he possibly can. But, some of these kids coming up, 17, 18, eventually they're gonna have their chance. They're gonna have their chance.
Yeah, speaking of them being really young, we have some great young players. One of them stands out to me is Lalo Portillo. I was talking to him today, and he comes from St. Louis Potosí, and he plays with Andre Perea, and he grew up watching Jessica Perea, and he sent me pictures of him as a 5-year-old sitting on Jessica Perea's lap, and now as a, I think he's 19 maybe, sitting on Jessica Perea's lap. It's kind of funny. I'm going to send it to our social media director, Amy, because, what does it say for these young players? If they grow up watching racquetball, most of them can become extremely successful because why? It's bred into their, their setup every day. They're watching high-level racquetball all the time.
Yes, they see amazing play. They have the infrastructure. They have the coaches. I think they have, and they have each other. Like I said, I think they're, Mexico and Colombia and Bolivia, they have these players who are so supportive of each other. Supportive of themselves as a team. They kind of travel as a team, and it's just it helps them all get better, and it encourages them all to strive to be the best they can. So they're constantly getting better.
Absolutely. Jaime Martell serving. So for those of you that are watching, I mean, we can't say it enough how hard it is to play on this particular court. The lights, the bounces are different than the side courts. Some of the players were talking about, they were talking about that just before, how different it is to play on the cement court and then having to come here. It's a disadvantage if they don't get a lot of playing time here. That's why a lot of guys come in, Monday and Tuesday. This court was getting used a lot. I was on it on Monday. It's difficult.
Yeah, it definitely is. You can see from some of the side shots from our camera angles that they're playing with a purple ball, and the carpet is gray, and the chairs are kind of grayish, bluish, purplish. And it's hard to see the ball. And like you said, it bounces different certainly than it will on the concrete courts, which is what the rest of the courts here are in this Lifetime Fitness Club.
Yeah, we talked about it also. I mean, we're using 31 courts total, 3 different gyms, Lifetime gyms. There's 1,300 matches total, and there's over 700 players.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's the premier event of our sport, and I mean, we have 94 players playing in the pros, as we've mentioned, and 27 doubles teams, and 12 different countries represented. It's just amazing.
That's crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat box, here we are. Martell.
Martell hit Felipe with that one. They're going to replay.
Love that front camera.
Yep.
Quality here.
And
Director Pablo Faje, thank you for all you do.
And if you're just joining us for the first time, the view that you have right now of the front screen, you can see that from behind the court or in front of the court, whichever way you look at it. There are seats there. It looks white. It looks white now, but there are people sitting behind there, and it looks clear to them, so they can watch the ball coming at them all day, which is really kind of fun.
So Michael in the chat box is saying Camacho in 4. I don't know about that, Camacho. If we're playing, I will bet. Yeah, I will bet 1,000. I don't know if you know what 1,000 is, but I'll bet that he will not win in 4. For those of you who may be joining, it is a 2 out of 3. 2 games are to 15, tiebreaker to 11. For those of you that are new to our sport or logging in, we got a lot of new people in our chat box. Please like and share our post. We do appreciate it. We want to get as many people watching racquetball as possible. So, Karen, we heard some good news. So this video on YouTube is being streamed over at one of the host bars that's around the corner, CityWorks. I mean, we were there last night. Great, great facility for food and drink, and there's TVs everywhere.
Yep, it's a great sports bar. It was packed on Sunday. We were here Sunday too. It was packed on Sunday for the Minnesota games.
And they're going to have racquetball. How great is that, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm super excited for that.
So if you're in the Minneapolis area and you can't find the Target Center, find CityWorks.
Yep, it's about a block away, so not hard to find, but definitely check it out. They've been one of our sponsors for years, and the fact that they want to stream. They're going to stream our feed on their television. One of their televisions is amazing. I actually want to go there and
I know I want to go there and watch racquetball. But we need you here, Karen. Sorry, not sorry. Felipe Camacho with the pinch shot right there. Repinch. Big setup. That's not a good call. Felipe Camacho got that ball.
I thought so too.
Did Jaime sell it? But Jaime's gonna call it a replay.
They're gonna replay, I think.
Yeah, due to Jaime Martell being, much of a gentleman, I wouldn't have did the replay. Again, please like and share our post.
A skip from Felipe.
He might be still mad at that 2-bounce call. Felipe seems to hold a grudge for a little while, and he really needs to learn to let it go, you know, quickly. That's a good serve by Jaime Martell. Seven serving 2 on the head pen scoreboard.
That's a good shot by Martell right there.
Felipe wanted a screen serve. Again, great sportsmanship from Jaime Martell.
So we're going to replay at 7-2.
Yeah, but the referee has to make that call. And that's something that, you know, head referee Scott McClellan, some players want. They don't want the screens call made early because they have a setup off the back wall. But as soon as it passes the server, it's a screen. It's like, what if it's short? Okay, you know, I still want to hit it. No, you can't. It's not a good. But that's the mentality of the player because they have that setup and it's juicy. It's like having a nice juicy steak in front of you and you can't eat it and you're starving. They want that shot, but unfortunately, it's not a good serve. It's not appropriate. It's a fault. Second serve. 8 serving 2. Another really good serve by Martell. He's got that line, and that was a nice outdoor overhand splat into the corner. Great shot, Jaime Martell. Great racquetball action, ladies and gentlemen. Timeout on the court. We'll take a short break ourselves right here on IRT Live.
Yeah, a little further back. There you go.
Which urgent care do you want to try this time?
This one's only a mile away.
Ooh, and it's in network.
This is our best idea yet. Steve.
So close. It's not always easy to control your enthusiasm, but with UnitedHealthcare, it's easy to find quick care options and compare costs.
That's my husband.
Let me try this. Second time's the charm.
Oh, there goes mine.
UnitedHealthcare.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What a great UnitedHealthcare commercial. Once again, this is the UnitedHealthcare U.S. Open Racquetball Championships. Their major sponsor here for many years in a row. You'll see them in the finals on court. We got to thank KWM Gutterman Inc., the largest manufacturer and #1 seller of gutter machines in the U.S., manufacturing the best, built to stand the test. Visit kwmgutterman.com to learn more. Got a lot of sponsors here at the U.S. Open. We're getting them out early. Shot there by Camacho. Oh, he did too much fancy there. Oh, bad bounce. Great shot by Jaime Martell. You want to let everybody know that we are running a live auction to benefit Rafa House. Rafa House is a tour sponsor. Sal and Dee Perconte, they work so hard for Rafa House. You can go to www.auctionusopen.com, and what you can bid on, Karen, is you can bid on a seat right here for one game in the semifinals. We already have some bids on that. I'm very shocked that someone wants to come in our booth, but if you want to come in our booth and you're here at the Minneapolis area, please visit www.auctionusopen.com, and you can bid on that and many other great racquetball items, great, you know, other merchandise in general, and it's a great cause. Rafa House, check them out.
Yep, well, I'm not surprised that somebody wants to come on and talk with the voice of the IRT at all. That doesn't shock me at all. I think that would be an amazing experience,
you know,
which I'm experiencing right now.
Okay, so it's I have to be honest. You know, the last, what was it, I think 2 matches that you and JP did, and I'm walking around talking to people. I'm watching matches courtside. I'm looking at some of the players, saying hi to a lot of, you know, our sponsors, and, you know, we're trying to increase our brand, and I have to say I was a little humbled. A lot of people came up and just, you know, thanked, you know, me for the broadcast, and I have to say it. I said it to them, but I have to say it publicly. You know, it's not one person. We are a team here. You know, Fabio, JP, Momo, Pablo, myself, and now Karen joining us. I mean, it is a team. It's not, for one of you to think that it's one person. It's not. We are a team, and we work together well. And I am extremely proud to be a part of it. And there's been a lot of chatter online saying that our broadcast is maybe not play-by-play, maybe not this, but there's too many people saying really good stuff, Karen. So I have to go with the masses. I got to go with the masses here.
I agree. When I can't make the tournaments, I listen as much as
I know
possible.
you. And text me.
And text you, yes, and text you. But I mean, I love listening to you guys talk. And it's not radio. Do we have to do a play-by-play? You guys are.
You do. You know
you guys
what?
are
We
watching.
do.
You can
Skipped
see.
it in right there.
There
That's
you
a
go.
skip point, Camacho. Now you can't call that good, Rob. Come on.
You call the short serve. Okay.
Jaime Martell.
We weren't sure what they called.
Jaime Martell skipped it in, and Rob was calling his shot good. That was a mess.
Oh,
sorry.
We have to check on the score next time he says it, because
we have to call it like we see it here. If it's a mess, we got to say it's a mess out there.
I agree. Oh,
good diving
dive.
play right there by Felipe Camacho, but great. Let's go to that replay right here. You'll see it. There's Jaime Martell down the line. Felipe going up top. And now a nice big setup by Jaime Martell. Boom, cross court. Felipe getting a racket on it, sliding on one knee. Amazing perspective right there. Then there's Martell. Cross court. Felipe can't get it. Great action right there. Good cameraman.
That was a great replay.
Oh, that died into the corner. I'm surprised Felipe was able to get that.
Yep. Jamie's been keeping Felipe off his toes.
Yeah, putting the ball down. Good
one.
shooting by Jaime Martell. Executing. He's executing well. So getting back to what we were talking about, like play-by-play, you can watch baseball, and the announcers, the cameraman is clearly on the pitcher, and he's getting ready to throw the ball, and he said, here's the pitch. So just because it's TV, there's some of you out there that, are not, maybe can follow the ball. Maybe you can't, maybe, you have a problem and you can't see well. And, I'll be honest, my dad's starting to watch, and my dad has a lot of eye problems, and I was talking to him. He's like, well, I can't see. I said, I don't care, Dad. I just want you to listen.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
I said, we need viewers. We need a viewer. Get in there, Dad.
That's a very good point. All right, Felipe's back in the service box. Let's see if he can.
He needs to string together a little bit, a couple points here.
He does.
I like that serve from Felipe Camacho. Yeah, I don't know if Jaime Martell thought it was short, but that cut serve with the backhand, it's deceiving because you're putting a slice on it. So the slice is going to kind of spin the ball towards the glass, and he can also put it to the right. So you can't really jump it. And there's around the world right at him. Great serve by Felipe Camacho. Was it long?
It was a long serve.
I couldn't see with the glass. I thought it was good.
I thought it was too, actually. I was saying it was an amazing wraparound serve.
It was a good thought process for Felipe Camacho, but he did not execute it.
So we have 12-5. Martell is back in the service box.
Second serve. I think it hit the.
Serve.
I think it was short. I thought it kind of hit the crack in between the two lines. To be honest.
It was very close. It was very close.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Jaime Martell, he didn't give too much of an effort, but I like what he just did there, ladies and gentlemen. If you saw, he set up that shot, and he kind of angled. He turned around and took a forehand. That forced Felipe to move towards the left side of the court, and it opened up the whole right side of the court for Jaime Martell. He didn't have to kill the ball. He just had to hit it in the right spot. So great shot selection and court position by Jaime Martell.
Yeah.
Here's Jaime Martell.
He's serving for game point.
Yeah, he's going for the crack. You know, and what his second serve is that Z serve, kind of like a Rocky Carson serve. So he's comfortable with it. So he doesn't mind going for a tough first serve, as Felipe Camacho says, not yet, Mr. Martell. I want to serve again. So let's see.
5-14. See if we can get a point here. See what he does on his serve. He's going.
Oh, diving can't get it. You know what Jaime Martell needed right there? He needed a My Pillow. Simply the best pillow, sheets, and mattress toppers you'll ever sleep on. Proudly made in the USA. Visit mypillow.com and use coupon code USOPEN for incredible discounts. I'll tell you, Karen, I sleep with one. Last year they sent me one, and I absolutely love it. Felipe going for the crack, misses. But My Pillow is a huge sponsor of this event. They are number 2 on the sponsorship chart here. So we thank My Pillow for their support.
That's a great get by Felipe, but he can't get that second one.
Felipe is mad, and he has every right to be. Martell took that shot, kind of short-hopped it straight down the line. Felipe's second game point opportunity for Martell.
Short serve.
Yeah, short serve. You see what he did, Karen? He kind of stood up and took a nice deep breath because he's going for second serve hard. But Felipe with a great return. But I like that he took his time. He was down low, and he said, you know what, I'm not right. He stood up, gave himself a couple more breaths, you know, just to settle everything down. Excellent move. It didn't work out in his favor, but it will later on.
Yeah, but I agree. I mean, you know, getting that 15th point, we always say, is the hardest one to get.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean,
there's two schools to that.
Like
they say point one is just as hard as 14, but when you're at as 15, but when you're stuck at 14, you know, as you'll see, Jaime Martell there rushing his shot. Felipe Camacho climbing up the ladder. Can he get to the top? Not a good shot there.
No, I don't think that was
not
a
a good
serve.
serve by Felipe Camacho.
No.
As you can hear, Felipe, I hope you don't know Spanish, because Rob Blanton doesn't, because he'd get a technical. No, I think what he said was that he took a bad shot.
Yeah. All right, so we have his third game point now for Jaime Martell.
Setup, here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Camacho can't catch up to that one. Game one goes to Jaime Martell. Felipe looking like he wants to stay in the court because he's mad. But let's look at a replay here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see one of these rallies. Felipe Camacho with a little kind of high lob serve up to Jaime Martell. Jaime Martell going to turn, take a forehand right into the corner. Camacho just whacked it. But there's that short hop. Felipe did not expect him to take that short hop.
Yeah, that's it.
It's in.
Okay.
So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a short break right here on IRT Live.
I think one of the biggest things about Gearbox is just the quality and the reliability of their product. I know that no matter what I do, whatever product I choose, whatever racket I choose, I'm going to like it no matter what. It's something that's very comforting as a player to have a very consistent product in your hand every single practice session, match, after match. It's just really nice to have. My name is Bobby Horn. Don't make a mistake. Get yourself an M40 right now.
All right, did you know I was the Mommy Slam Dunk Champion?
Really?
Yes, really don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left. Fake a mom. Mama, go up, mama!
She did it.
Again? You can't avoid gravity, but UnitedHealthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. UnitedHealthcare.
Uh-huh.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 coming up right here. Felipe Camacho, Jaime Martell. Karen, so what did you think of game 1? And let me ask you even a better question. What do you think about Jaime Martell? Because you really haven't seen him up close. None of us have on tour.
Yeah, I haven't seen him much before, if at all. I think he's playing very smart. I think he had control. I felt like through that whole match, he was keeping Felipe, out of the center of the court. He was serving better than Felipe for sure, and he was in control that whole match. He was good shot selections and aggressive with some of those short hops we saw. He's playing aggressive and going for the shots, and it worked well for him. Yeah,
what he didn't do well was close it out when he should have. So let's see if Felipe can build off of that. That can't really finish it off. So Felipe can kind of climb back in. Let's see if that works against him here in game 2. Interesting enough.
Yeah, I think Felipe would have been a lot happier if he had at least gotten to like 9 or 10 just to give him the momentum with going with him. But we'll have to see if what he can adjust to do this. I think he definitely needs to serve better in this game.
Good pickup.
That's a great serve.
So
right in the corner.
Felipe Camacho, I think, is number 21. So he's the 4th highest seed in this bracket. So he's 20. He's number 20. So the top 16. So yeah, he's the 4th highest seed in this bracket. And Jaime Martell is down low because he has probably next to none. But Felipe Camacho going bottom board and comes up with all splinter. I don't know if there's splinters in this court. It's really nice. So
there may not be any.
There may not be, but I'm going to still call it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, the seedings are based on your points, and a lot of, sometimes your points are based on how many tournaments you play, and we don't see Jaime, sorry. We don't see Jaime Martell at a lot of tournaments, so his point total for his ranking is not necessarily reflective of his level of play.
Great pass right there by Jaime Martell. Like we said it before, the problem that a lot of the players from Chihuahua have is travel. Getting in and out of Chihuahua to play regularly is expensive and a little tough. So Jaime Martell did say that a big group of them will be at our Arizona tournament because they're going to drive. I guess it's an easy drive. I don't know. I mean, I can't drive to Arizona. That skipped
Not from New York.
Oh, I thought that skipped. Here we go. Camacho serving. Back in.
0-3.
Big setup.
He's calling Felipe's ball a skip.
I think it did. I honestly think it did. And I was kind of surprised. But Jaime Martell, look, he's going to say, hey, let's replay it. Wow, we have not seen this many overturned calls. And the crowd.
The crowd loves it. The crowd loves the sportsmanship.
Jaime Martell.
Yep, the crowd loves the sportsmanship. I mean, it was very close. Yeah.
Good
Felipe
shot.
kills that one. He didn't kill the one before that, and I think that's what he needs to do. He needs to try to shorten up these points and make those shots. He can't give Jaime too many chances in each point. 1-3. He goes for that backhand serve again. And we're going to replay that. And again, it's because Felipe, he had a forehand setup and he didn't kill it.
Yeah.
He needs to make that shot. He's having it bounce off the wall.
The U.S. Open brought to you by Muller Sports Medicine. Proud to be a national co-sponsor of the UnitedHealthcare U.S. Open. Our products help keep you on the court. Visit www.mullersportsmed.com to check out our full offering of sports medicine products. If you're in the Target Center, check them out. They got a booth right in the Player Village.
I'm sure they're going to get a lot of visitors this week as the week goes on and everybody plays. But I did see their booth. They have all kinds of wraps and balms for your sore muscles and things like that.
Oh, Jaime Martell throwing out an Alvaro Beltran.
We heard a few of those out of Jake Bredenbeck in the doubles too.
We've been talking. We're trying to come up with some sort of graphics, like you'll remember because of our age. But watching the Batman television series, you know, every time he punches the guy, you saw the big pow. So we want to get a big up there. It might be AAH8. I got to figure out how Alvaro says it. But he's usually good for 3 to 6 a match. That's his average. A great serve by Martell. And nice easy down the line. Gets a setup. Great diving get. Between the legs, Felipe Camacho. Very athletic. I don't like when he swats the ball like that because it's an easy setup.
Yeah, he needs to be aggressive.
He has that
away.
swat. It's really a good shot in doubles because him and Andres Acuna have started playing doubles together. And Felipe has a very good doubles game because his hand-eye coordination is quick. But in singles, that ball gets killed more times than not.
Yeah.
And Jaime Martell is starting to really control not only center court, but those corners. And he's putting the ball down.
Yeah, and he just got 2 relatively quick points. That's 5-3.
And they were off the same shot.
Yep.
Here's another easy setup by Martell. Down the line. Camacho picks that one up. Down the line. Can't catch up to that one.
Camacho is not happy with how he played that point, I don't think.
The UnitedHealthcare U.S. Open Racquetball Championship. Oh, wait, hold on. Here it is, that little swat by Camacho. But down the line, he's going to pick this one up. But Martell's going to go right down the line, totally controlling center court. And Camacho couldn't get his feet set right there, ladies and gentlemen. And he's mad. You see it. But a great replay right there. Good pickup by Martell. See, there's the swat. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Once again,
no,
ladies.
he needs to be swinging at that and trying to kill it.
Yep, he's got to swing, full swing. The UnitedHealthcare U.S. Open Racquetball Championships is also brought to you by Lewis Drug. Honored to support the life-saving work of St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. They're one of the big supporters here. We also have a Lewis Drug tournament in Sioux Falls, South Dakota in January.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We're looking forward to it.
January is going to be a busy month, Karen. We got 3 events back to back to back. I'm not sure if we've done that before. Statistician Andy Colback told me yes.
Oh, okay.
So
well, there we
I don't
go.
know how often, but we've had it before.
Yeah, but it'll be good. I mean, there's a decent-sized break after Portland with the holidays and everything, so everybody kind of gets a break and then can come back refreshed and start trying to get back out there and winning those titles.
Absolutely.
All right, so it's side out. It's 3-7. I hope. Felipe is sticking with that backhand serve.
He likes that serve a lot.
Well, it's been better than the serve he was doing in the first game that was just getting a setup for Jaime.
What a great pass by Martell. Camacho swatting off. See, the swat's good off the back wall, but it's not good when he hits the front wall with the swat. I don't personally like it. Ooh, great shot right there. Sports Minneapolis. Oh, here we go. Cross court. Camacho diving off the back wall, sliding on one knee, but Martell staying focused right here.
Yep.
And goes nice cross court again, sliding off the back wall, Camacho. But here is the nice ceiling ball by Martell. But great athleticism by Jaime Martell. Towel timeout. That's always sponsored by Service Masters Restore. But once again, Sports Minneapolis. Visit Minneapolis.org for everything you need to know. and visit our great city. Minneapolis is a fantastic city. I mean, prior to the U.S. Open, I've been here. My brother lives here, so I'm looking forward to my brother visiting the U.S. Open on Thursday. But every time I come, he'll always say, hey, when do we get to see you? And I'm like, Sunday night.
Yeah.
So Sunday night, we'll have dinner.
Exactly.
But last year I didn't see him on Sunday night because I was in the club here packing up the head booth, and it was tough.
Martell has to go to the ceiling on that one. Splat by Felipe, and a kill shot by Felipe. There he was aggressive, and he swung at that ball. Felipe is able to kill that one and get a point.
So want to say a huge shout out to all of our IRT sponsors. We're going to get to them this afternoon, but like you just heard, Frank Catalano back in Long Island watching online. Him with Nick Montalbano. They run Service Masters Restore. Check them out online. Great supporter of the IRT. And any of you guys out there you want to support the IRT, just email me, Dean at irt-tour.com. Back to the action. Setup coming. Good flick. Into the corner. Camacho right off the rack into the. He's angry. He's very angry. You can see it.
He can't afford to miss those shots. I mean, Martell is just keeping control of the court so well that when Felipe does have an opportunity to hit a forehand offensive shot, he needs to make that, and he knows that. Felipe thought the serve was short. I thought it was good. The ref thought it was good. Scores 9-5.
9 serving 5. So there is a spot. There is a spot on Pro Racquetball Stats, and I think it's a U.S. Open link. I'm trying to find it right now. I know that there is a U.S. Open action here.
Select the event. Yeah, try there, maybe.
No, I think it's more down. It's a great website.
We gave a shout out to Todd Boss and Racquetball, Pro Racquetball Stats.
.com.
Check
I love
it out.
all his work. He's super excited for JP's stats. So JP is sending him his stats to hopefully, for our tier ones, we're going to get stats from quarterfinals on shorts and stuff like that. Again, all this effort from the IRT, we need help, ladies and gentlemen. We need sponsorships from you guys. So please.
They're calling he's calling a replay.
So Todd, I know you're watching. Someone was asking, what is Felipe Camacho's, U.S. Open history, if we have any of that. I don't know. Someone asked, did he ever make it past the into the round of 32s? I'm not sure. So I mean, he's got a good point. If the ball does not, after serve, if the ball doesn't go into that corner panel, it 99.99 times that's a screen. No matter where Jaime's standing.
Yep. No, I agree. It's a good of him to question it, I think. I mean, hopefully he'll also maybe rile himself up by talking to the ref too, motivate him. It's a good shot by Martell.
Timeout on the court by Felipe Camacho. We'll take a short break ourselves right here on IRT Live.
people in racquetball are my family. I like to say that's one of the things I enjoy about the sport so much is that once you play it, once you get into it, then you become part of a family. It makes traveling on the road as much as we do easy, way easier than what it possibly could be if we didn't.
It is 11 serving 5. Was I not on that whole time? Welcome back. It's 11 serving 5. Apparently, I was talking to nobody because we didn't turn our sound on. Sorry about that. I just gave a nice big speech for Rafa House.
Listen, this is the warm up for us also.
Yeah.
You know, we can't say it enough. It's like the first round for us. You know, we're gonna have some short serves. We're gonna have some no mic. We're gonna have bathroom breaks. We're gonna have all this stuff today.
I didn't announce that, Dean, so we're okay. But I did give a good shout out to the Rafa House auction, www.auctionusopen.com. In addition to a chance to sit with our voice of the IRT for a semifinal match and do a broadcast.
No, semifinal game.
Semifinal game. All right. Semifinal game. Sorry.
So it's game one.
But there is also a trip to Hawaii on there. And
big skip by Martell.
Shirts signed by players and all kinds of goodies on
Good
there. There's over
stuff.
150 things on there, so
And
please check it out.
But most important, it's not you getting the memorabilia or the experience. What you're really doing is helping Rafa House, and if you check them out, I mean, they really take care of these human trafficked women from all over the world. I mean, it's quite amazing.
Yeah.
The work that they do.
Yeah, it's an amazing charity, and we'd love all the support we can give them every year. We do that, so we appreciate it in advance.
Wow, what a shot by Jaime Martell with conviction right there. 12 serving 5 on the head pen scoreboard. Yeah, next up is going to be Andres Acuna. Who's he playing, Karen? Is it? Do you have
he's
that?
He's playing Shia. Let me get his last name. Shai
Masuri.
Shai Masuri.
From
Argentina.
He's on the bottom bracket.
Yeah,
right
there
here.
he is.
So
Shai
Andres
Mansuri.
Acuna is the number 2 seed in the qualifying bracket. So he's actually going to play. So he's ranked 18th on tour. He's really coming up. He's been constantly making the 16s. He actually beat Andre Perea, the number 3 seed, in Laurel, Maryland, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and I was able to watch some of that match. It was amazing. I mean, Andre Priya, you know, the two of them were both diving all over the place, and it was the tiebreaker, of course, a tiebreaker, and it was just an amazing match.
Felipe does that a lot. He kicks the ball. Just getting back to Rafa House, what their mission is to end the trafficking and sexual exploitation of children through aftercare for survivors, prevention for the vulnerable, and awareness for all. So what they do is amazing work. And speaking of amazing work, Felipe Camacho just did some amazing work right there just to get himself back into the service box.
Okay, we just got some good information about Jaime Martell. He has beaten Bobby Horn before, we've heard, in the WRT, and you know, that should be a great match coming up there too. He had an earlier round. He won 15-5, 15-6 over Lucas Lee from Texas. So
Lucas is a good player. You know, he made last year. He made the world team, 18 doubles. Not last year. I think it was the year before. He played with Moro Rojas. They won doubles. It was a great match. Broken ball. USA Racquetball is a huge part of this event. It's their event, ladies and gentlemen. So visit USARacquetball.com to learn how you can get started playing racquetball. Fun and fitness for all. So we got a lot of sponsors here for not only the tour, but the U.S. Open directly. So we are U.S. Open. We're going to talk about them. Trio Orthopedic Centers, proud to be a major co-sponsor of the U.S. Open. We are the Twin Cities' leading provider of orthopedic care. Visit www.tria.com to learn how we can help keep you in the game.
great diving get by Felipe there.
Wow, skipped it in. Great opportunity right there for Martell. He just, again, execution. If you can see, there is Andres Acuna courtside warming up, getting himself ready. I know he's probably rooting for a tiebreaker because Camacho is his doubles partner, but he also may want to get on the court early. Got another special guest coming on the microphone. We had a lot of special guests here today, Karen. We had the Hansen clan on our doubles match earlier. We had Andy Kuhlback finally back in the broadcast booth. He had said that he did the first match. He said, Dean, I set the bar really low this morning. So he's been out of practice for a while. What a great serve right there by Martell. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. This match is in the books. 15-7, 15-9. Jaime Martell. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move on. The next matchup, once again, is Shai Mansouri. Mansouri.
We'll get it right by then.
Manzuri, taking on Andres Acuna. We're going to have a special guest commentator, Miss Fran Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right here on RT Live.
It's all about passion. I think I don't have anything to prove anymore in the sport. At the beginning of my career, I wanted to be one of the best, but I have nothing to prove. I play with no pressure. I'm just enjoying every moment. But when people are cheering for you and stop whatever they're doing, their jobs, or to go watch you play it, I mean that makes you feel good and makes you want to try it hard and give a good show for that people. I'm Alvaro Beltran. Get your M40 so you can play like me.